Hi, Henk Akmans here, Supply Chain Dynamics, Chapter 11, Virtuous and Vicious Cycle and ERP Implementation. Sysdea Gameplay 5, Historical or Base Case Behavior. To better understand what happened in the base case, it's perhaps better to run this model first for the first 4 or 5 months. Because that's sort of the situation that your author, Mide, therefore also found after some months. And what is that situation? That's a situation in which there's a lot of work. The project has been going on for a while, but there's very little progress. Actually, of the 100 documents, less than 2 a month are being done. There's a lot of work to be done. Meanwhile, if you look at the team, and project competence isn't really growing. There's very little learning taking place. Perhaps even some people are leaving, but that's not so abnormal. The key thing is that the willingness to collaborate is eroding. It wasn't so high to start off with, on a scale of 1 to 10 at 5, but it's now really low. Driven by a number of factors. There's not such good quality communication. There's certainly also some effect of satisfaction with progress. And why? But most of it, well, because management isn't so satisfied with, don't forget that satisfaction is also on a 1 to 10 scale, so really low satisfaction. What's really a big change is, meanwhile, management, which initially was very pleased with the perceived likelihood of timely completion, is now guessing that it's well less than 50% at for sure. Also because the perceived progress rate is getting lower and lower, and in fact is still higher than what it really is. So this project is almost at a standstill. It's certainly not progressing far enough. And what then happens if you just add 1 month there is that management intervenes. The collaboration mode is being turned on. The perceived likelihood of completion has dropped under 40%, and so a whole bunch of things are happening at the same time. There's a more realistic planning, as a result of which all of a sudden the satisfaction with progress is a lot better. Management now see that this is a much greater task than they had assumed. That immediately gives a big boost to the willingness to collaborate, which is going up quite steadily, not very high. Also, the team competence is being boosted because better people are being added, have been added to the team as a result of this. And so we also see a sharp uptake in the number of designs completed from less than 2, more than 6 in just 1 month. If we then look at the whole model or the whole time series, we see that this intervention has really led to a very productive period of business modeling. Willingness to collaborate was pretty high for a time, and of course after the job has been done it starts to decline, because now the job is done in month 14, in month 14 basically. So yes, the project is completed on time. This then becomes a silly number because the project is completed. And that's what happened. So the day is saved as a result of the intervention by management, which led to much more effort, much more communication, much better people, and so a success.